Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you have never been here before. Team Brian Reviews. So starting off on this review, this is a review of Cedars of Lebanon. Had no intentions of making a review at all. I was going to visit family. After putting different clips together, it turned into a review. This first picture we're looking at here is the layout. The green area is the state park property for Cedars of Lebanon. The GPS took us to the red marker at the bottom, and we got there to realize we were not in the right spot. If you look up to the right, you see a blue dot. That is our vehicle. And we were actually trying to get to the top left of the green. That's the campground where my parents are. We ended up taking a paved road for a few miles to have the paved road turn into a gravel road. And my goodness, that was a gravel road that you should only had four-wheelers on. Taking the gravel road, I don't know how many miles it was. You know, most of the way we were going so darn slow, it felt like it was 50 miles. Next, we come to a one-lane bridge. This bridge felt so incredibly tight with this big dolly truck, but we were just fine. Made it across, got to my dad's camp, and then we made plans to go check out Jackson Cave. That was something I did some research on lightly on Google when trying to figure out what the park had to offer. The park itself, or I'm sorry, the cave itself has a total length of about 4,500 feet. Had no intentions of going all the way in. Just wanted to go in, I guess really as far as we could to see how messy it was. Some of the videos I got to see showed it appearing to be pretty muddy and whatnot, but we wanted to check it out for ourselves. We're about 600 feet in, I'd guess.
You're going back? Yep. Okay.
I'm standing up right now. Of course, I can't do much. It's so dark in here. There's our entrance. There's Millie and Mary Beth. Hey!
We are back in the cave. Our kitty. We saw a frog and some kind of snail. Yeah, look at it out there. Okay, now I'm going to go back out. See if we can see the opening. There's the opening in the cave.
I mean, it goes so far back. We're only, like I said, 600 feet in. This is supposed to go to about 4,500 feet in, but that's all. I mean, that stuff's probably waist deep in a lot of places, and it's just muck and mud. These are Limestone Sinks here in Cedars of Lebanon State Park. Neat steps all through the property here. Of course, you're hiking, you know, across state parks. Have no idea what to expect. I would recommend a walking stick if you have one. You can pick one up at Walmart for probably 20 bucks or less. $20. We are looking for another limestone cavern here on the trail.
And come back and tell me.
Let us know what it is.
Oh, don't go up under it, because look, it's all cracked and dropping. Big spider webs, too.
Those big spiders can get me.
Yeah, big spiders can.
I'll take you back.
Another sink.
What?
Look, they were thinking of me, huh?
What? I don't want you to fall down.
For those who need to catch a breather, we have wooden benches along the trail. Again, this is the Limestone Sink Trail. I believe it's only half a mile around. Here we are on our third or fourth sink probably. My goodness, this is the deepest of all the sinks. I don't know that the camera is going to be able to pick this up here. There we go. Let's adjust a little bit. I'd say it's probably a good 10 to 15 foot deep. The trail is right here to the right of it.
Yeah, probably about 30 foot long. I would not recommend taking the path through there.
The tree root trail.
How's that for a tree? Looked like it sucked up a rock on its way up. Alright, so making my second trip into the cave, I've misplaced $81, and I am just hoping that when I took out my phone to make the first clips for Snapchat, of course had to do that to show the video, I think the money fell out there. Done a hike through the woods on a trail that we did earlier and was unsuccessful, so making a trip back in here, stand by.
Alright guys, here we are, day 2 of checking out Cedars of Lebanon. Yesterday I didn't have intentions of doing a review until halfway through, so I got a little bit of footage, not as much as I would have liked to have shared about the park. So Millie and I are loaded up for day 2, gonna head back out there and see what else we can find about the park, Cedars of Lebanon. We have made it into the park. Yesterday, unfortunately, Google Maps took us to the south part of the park, and we turned down a road, a nice paved road for about a mile, and it turned into a gravel road for about 3 miles, and it was the worst. Potholes galore. That's an area that you should only have a four-wheeler down, possibly a dirt bike, but not a dually truck. So we have the right directions today. We utilized Waze, highly recommended. So we're here in the park, gonna find my dad's location and see what else we can get ourselves into. Here we are, I have the family loaded up in the Jeep. Everyone say a quick hello.
Hello there.
All right, so now we're heading to, what's the name of this spring we're going to?
Hittin Springs Trail.
Hittin Springs Trail. This is our map here of Cedars of Lebanon. And wherever it's at is not jumping out at me. Whoa. There we are at the top. Alright, hidden. I don't know if the camera's going to come here and focus. However, it's right here. We are currently right here in a camping area, so not far to go. We're going to check out the Hittin Springs Trail, see if we can find it, then go from there. Nice little map here, but not overkill on detail, unfortunately. Alright, first stop, Hittin Springs Trail, 5-mile loop. We are looking for the Hittin Spring, believe it or not. Alright, I'm playing catch up. Swampy waters here. You can see footprints and stuff. Well, I don't know if you can see them, but I can see them. Look like raccoon prints, maybe some claws. Really clean looking water. I'm not going in there. These trails are absolutely beautiful.
all in the shade, so that definitely helps with, you know, staying cool or what have you. I've passed 2 other hikers and they claim that the springs are all dried up right now. It's so easy to turn around and just say, forget about it. However, I want to see for myself that there is no flowing water in the springs. I want to show you guys there's no flowing waters, not that I just bailed out on the trail. Alright guys, I have found them. Spiders all around me. Alright, so this crack here, unfortunately, there's no running water in there. That's it. And on the back side of it here, this was another sink. That was just an old sinkhole. Unfortunately, you can only see so good into the hole with the camera and the poor lighting. But that is it. That's the hidden sink that I was looking for. There's several small ones all over the property here, but they're really real shallow, like 3 and 4 foot, maybe 5 foot deep. Looks like just holes in the ground out here in the earth, where when it's really rainy in certain times of the year, those holes then become filled with water, which gives them the name sinks, because it looks like old sink bowls that someone would wash themselves with. Whew. Now, to get out of this trail and go for a swim. Whew, it is hot. Alright, here we come to a little dried up creek or spring. It's mucky around here, but you can see a little bit of water there, not much. Here's some more. Appears to be a beautiful turtle in here. Look at the shell on that thing. I don't know if this camera could even pick it up. Yeah, there it is. Beautiful shell on that turtle. There's its head on the other side. We're going to leave it alone. Getting awful mucky here, where it's been super dry this whole time. Given the area, I bet when it rains, tons of water probably flows down this trail. I'm actually walking on the trail by myself. The others, oh, almost fell there on the trail. The others got in the Jeep and we were going to ride to the pool because we were having no luck at finding this sink. So we noticed on the map there was a road that drove across the trail. So we found another entrance to it, one we hadn't gone down. And they dropped me off with anticipation of me just running. I'm tired. Running, you know, a minute or two up the trail to see, and I went the entire way. I've been gone for about 10 minutes looking for this, so I'm going all the way around this 4.5 mile trail. And wouldn't you know, not enough service here on the cell phone to text them to tell them where I'm going to come out at. So I keep trying to hit send. I see it went through, hoping that they're gonna pick me up at the opposite entrance with the Jeep. I have no idea how far away I am from the exit to the highway. I'm sure they are ready for me to be there with them. With the cell phone signal being so poor out here, I can't look at my placement on a map to see exactly where I am. Nonetheless, it is beautiful. And now that I have it on video, I'll share it with them, so they'll get to see it. So really, they didn't miss anything. and they're not going to be near as tired as I am. All right, if we see here, there's a crossing. If we go left, or we can go right, and that brings us really close to the road, I think. But this area, this crossing way, that's the horse path. So if you want to come here to Cedars of Lebanon, or Cedar Forest, Lebanon, what exactly, I don't remember exactly at this point what the name of the state park is. Cedars of Lebanon, I think. They do have riding stables here. I'm not 100% sure if you have to bring your own horses and you can utilize their stable. Oh, I almost fell again. There's roots all along the path here. I'm trying to pay attention to the camera, not where I'm walking, kind of like texting and driving. Same idea, I think. No, again, there are stables here, but I would be willing to guess that they have their own horses here that are used to the trails. And it's mucky right here. They have their own trails. I don't want trails, goodness, I'm so sidetracked trying to figure out how I'm gonna get around here. They have their own horses. You probably can rent them and go on a nice guided tour, I would bet. I have no idea. If you're interested, give them a shout. I'll go ahead and include their number in the description below here of Cedars of Lebanon. So if you're curious to come out there and have questions, you can of course look on their website. I think it's cedarsoflebanon.com, maybe cedarsoflebanonTennessee.com. Regardless, I'll research that before I post this and have the information of the park down below. They do have a pool here, so if you're from the area or you're passing through and you want to go swimming, I think you can probably go swimming for a couple of dollars a person. I don't know of the price. Or if you happen to be camping here, there's a really nice campground. I believe the pool is included. Don't quote me on that, but I'll find out. I'll tell you what, I'll find out. Have the information in the bottom below as well. And I have not made it to the exit yet. Looks to be another pool here off the side. Oh, there's a fence here. What is this? Of course, yeah, here's the fence. Oh my gosh, guys. No wonder why there's a fence here. Check this out. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. I hope this camera can pick this up because this is so incredibly beautiful. Wow. You can probably go down there, but you might not get back up. All right, going back on the other side of this fence here. See the fence there that has fallen down due to broken down trees. Yeah, fence all along here. I'm willing to bet we need to stay on this side of it. I wouldn't guess it'd take to go right around it that way. I'm not even going to mess with it. I'm going left. This is a better worn path. Alright, so I'm not drowning you guys out with just me walking through here. I'm going to cut the camera off as I get closer to the road. I'll cut it back on. Alright, so I know I said I'd cut it back on at the road. However, I see there is a dried up creek bed or river bed here, and that flows down to the area where I was at. That was probably right back there that had that big hole. So it probably flows down to that, and I'm sure that at certain times the year fills up, and it could be incredibly deep there, assuming it rains that much. But the way it's worn out, I'm willing to bet that it certainly does. Alright, so now it actually brings us here to the creek bed and has us to go across this. So I'm willing to bet if you wanted to walk down the creek bed all the way, you can get to the base and walk down the shelly area if you chose to. But it is beautiful. Oh guys, holy cow. Oh man, I gotta show you this. This may have been one of the things I was looking for, and the first thing that I saw, I thought that was it, but no, no, no. Check this out. Oh my gosh. Somebody, of course, had the bright idea to throw a stick down there. Oh, I saw rats down there moving around. Rats or mice. Oh, it's frogs. Wow, how incredible is that? Yeah, I would sure hate to slip down in there. And of course, I say that as I'm now walking around it in close proximity. But check that out. How beautiful is that? Alright, now to get back on the trail, because really, they thought I was going to take a 2-minute detour. I thought I was taking a 2-minute detour. I'm 15 minutes in. Now they're up there in the Jeep, probably just driving around, hungry, ready to go swimming, wondering where I'm at. I don't recommend doing what I'm doing, how I did it. It was one of those things though, where you get so far into it, this thing goes wrong because I have no idea where I'm going. Now it's got me coming back down to the trail in a different spot. Alright, the trail seems to go up here to the top and goes up, so let's follow that. Here's a fenced off hole. Incredible. Okay, this is what they call the wishing well. Wow, I just wonder if all that stuff is probably interconnected through caves and stuff here under the property. I mean, there's caves all in Tennessee. I certainly wouldn't be surprised at all. The way it's shaped, it definitely makes me wonder if there was something, you know, during the Civil War time or any time years and years ago in the early 1900s that might have been used for, you know, safe places for men and women, military services. To go back even further than that, maybe it was, you know, made by some of the first immigrants in our country, or not immigrants, but people who lived here, I guess, Indians. It could have been made by them years ago in places where they possibly lived at, and who knows how the ground has changed over the years. Maybe a different entrance into it collapsed. There's really no telling, but it's absolutely incredible to be able to see these things. It just makes your mind wonder what these type of things were used for, made for, or it's just, who knows. It's just so beautiful. All right, I keep telling you I'm gonna turn this thing off and turn it back on when I get to the road. Then I keep running into super cool things. All right, so I'm gonna try this again, try to cut the camera off and turn it back on at the road. However, if I come up on some more cool stuff, I'm definitely gonna share. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so I see some buildings here to my right, a clearing. I have no idea where I'm at. That was totally my shoe, not me. Alright, so I have no idea where I'm at, where I anticipated a road being here. All I'm seeing is farmland. Whew. Okay, well, that being said, I'm also close to civilization. I do see a gate right here. Here's an arrow showing me go to the left, so I am on the right path. Alright, I have a signal. Dad's asked me if I've come out onto the paved road yet. Not sure if it's even focusing on that. No, I have not made it. Not yet. Whew. Sorry for the delay. Alright, so they're just hanging out, guys. They're being sports about it, I hope. As I said, my cell phone has not had signal, so they've not been able to make contact with me. Where it's one thing to be funny and joke about it, you know. Unfortunately, however, if I'd have been in trouble back here, it would have been a little harder for them to try to find me. Alright, so I'm going to cut the camera again, turn it back on in a few minutes, I'm sure. Alright, so this is one of those sinks I was telling you about. This is actually, this is a massive sink. I don't know that I would call that one necessarily a sink. Maybe a decent size small pond, a deep small pond when the water's up. I'm still walking along a fence line over here to my right. Trails are marked with white squares. The horse trails, it's not a horse trail. It has orange squares on them. Continue on the white. Alright guys, I'm getting close to the road. I've intersected with a trail that we were on yesterday. I was able to recognize that to get a better idea of where I'm at. Whew. Now I can hear kids that way. I think that's where the pool is. So any minute now I should be coming out into a parking lot by the highway. Alright, so that's what appears to be the little cave entrance that we went into yesterday. You have already seen that video. We're close. Alright, so I don't know if you guys could catch that over here. Probably not, it wasn't real loud. But signals are working again. I've made contact with my father. And he laughed. It was one of those laughs where you know it's not really funny to them, but they're laughing anyway just because they don't want to say anything not nice. It was one of those, but I get it. I totally get it. What should have been a 2-minute walk has turned into a half-an-hour hike. The entire thing was supposed to have been 4.2 miles. However, I passed the sign. I should have got a video of it. It said to the left was 5 miles that loop. I bet we took the 5-mile route. That made sense. I did run a little bit of it, but as you see, my great hiking shoes I'm wearing here and that 6-pack that I'm carrying, I couldn't run too far each time. And of course I'm not wearing a cooler pack with water, which is a smart thing to do. Or again, I only anticipated I'd go in 2 minutes down the trail. I knew I would find the things I wanted to find. I did not find the things. And I thought, well, it can only be a little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further, probably turned into 3 miles. It was a long ways further, but I did get to see it. A little disappointed that there was no water in it. You know, nonetheless, it was absolutely gorgeous, so beautiful. You know, folks said there was no water in there, but I was just convinced that they didn't see the right things. They had to have missed it. No, they're right. And it was still beautiful. Alright guys, so the Jeep is here. I'm gonna keep the camera on so you guys can say hello to them with me so we can see the excitement that is on their face. Alright, here they are. Yes, Nestle Pure Life. This is not a sponsored ad. How's everyone doing?
We're fine.
We're good.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I made it to the Jeep. On to our next spot. Thank you for coming with me. All right, we have made it to the pool.
1 3-year-old and 3 adults.
No, I'm 4.
You're 4? I thought you were 3.
She'll slide them on you right
All
there.
right, come on and get your bracelet on. She's going to give you a pretty bracelet to wear. No diving board. There is a diving board. Are you going to dive? You going to dive off the diving board?
All right, guys, what I just did was a GoPro into the local pool here. I had to get the A-OK from the lifeguards to be able to do that. I'm gonna share that with you here after I give this little pep talk type deal. The idea that it's Cannonballs for summer, I think, is something that my church is doing. And I think the winner of the contest ends up getting 2 tickets to one of the water parks or whatnot. But regardless of whether we win or not, it's still fun to participate in the stuff that the church does have going on. And we'll share that with Instagram, and I'll look up exactly what that hashtag is. I'll share with you all in the information below. So if you want to do a Cannonball, you're welcome to share that as well. The church that me and my family do attend is CROSSPOINT in Nashville, Tennessee. They have several campuses. I think Franklin, Mount Juliet, several more. I'll put those at the bottom as well. We do attend the Mount Juliet campus sometimes, but more times than not, we attend the Nashville campus. Again, that was CROSSPOINT. Their motto is something along the lines of everyone is welcome because nobody is perfect. Guys, I'm here to tell you I am so far from perfect. Yeah, I try my best to strive and do what is right daily, but I mean, I'm just as not bad as the next person, I guess, or maybe I am just as bad as the next person, but we all make mistakes. That's why we go to church. There's not too many good one of us there. But aside from that, guys, check out the Cannonball. Tell me what you guys think of that. Guys, good morning. This is actually day 3. Day 3 of Millie and I getting together. The phone died yesterday shortly after the pool. Unfortunately, I didn't bring a backup GoPro or backup GoPro battery, so didn't get to finish the day out. There was nothing more that happened. My dad and stepmom were up from Florida for a couple of days. They actually did their own circuit. They went over to the Carolinas, I think, Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, and our stop was on the way back. So they did stay here and visit with us for a few days. I did not see any more there at the park. The park itself has so much to offer. A handful of hiking trails for those that like to hike. I've never been much of a hiker, but after experiencing some of the stuff I saw yesterday, I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more. It was absolutely beautiful where we were at, and it was nice. It was really good to be out there, but today, my goodness, I feel like I have the hips of probably a 150-year-old person. Man, I am sore, but I guess it's good for me too to get out moving around a little bit. Miliana, what did you think of the experience for the last 2 days there at Cedars of Lebanon? She doesn't know herself, apparently, so we'll likely go by there again at some point to experience it. I would, hands down, recommend it to anyone who may like hiking or just being outdoors. One day I would like to get my own camper and do camping like that. I did grow up doing tent camping, then went to pop-ups and travel trailers, then fifth wheels. Now my dad and stepmom are onto motorhomes now. I may get into that one day, but we'll see. Too many other things going on right now. However, I hope you guys did enjoy it. That was a state park review. Again, a lot more that could have been seen. We just didn't have the time to do it and didn't initially plan on doing a video going out there at all. And it turned into that. So I'm glad we got to experience that and share that with you all.
more stuff to come, guys. If you enjoy it, please like, subscribe. See you on the next one.